One name that I brought up before, that when you say that name, I can see myself fighting him. Present day, today. If the business was right and if, everything was right on that front, me and Anthony Joshua. That's a fight that I would take at Wembley Stadium. It's a dangerous fight for my legacy. It's a dangerous fight across the board. And but that's a fight that would get me in the gym and get me in the mindset that I need to be in to go to war.
Boxing fans, so we have a very, very interesting topic to cover today. And that is a possible matchup at Wembley Stadium between Andre Ward, one of my personal favorite fighters, versus Anthony Joshua. Now, I have been seeing so much hate and bullshit comments about Andre Ward. He's too old. He needs to stay retired. He needs the money. His podcast might not be doing too good. That's why he's picking Anthony Joshua as a fighter. Of course he's picking Anthony Joshua as a fighter. He's a big superstar. He has a big name. Anthony Joshua is a much bigger superstar. Prime for prime, Anthony Joshua is a much bigger superstar than Andre Ward was. Name me a fighter, an elite fighter who has a big name, who's an elite fighter like Andre Ward, who's a superstar and a good / great fighter. We'll get into that, like Anthony Joshua. Name me a fighter who's been on that level, who fights for free. Every single fighter is going to squeeze out the dollar, as much money as they possibly can out of that contract, out of that fight. When a fighter misses weight, what do they ask for? They ask for more money. That's what this is about. Boxing is just as much as a business as it is boxing. Andre Ward calculates his moves inside the ring, but not only inside the ring, just as much as he does outside of the ring. If Floyd Mayweather can come back, everybody's going to talk shit. Manny Pacquiao, everybody's going to talk shit. Mike Tyson, everybody's going to talk shit. Roy Jones Jr. did it. Everyone's going to talk shit. He's too old. He needs to stay out of retirement. He's going to get hurt. He must need money. He's going broke. Regardless of our opinions, all of us are still going to tune in. And if that's how Andre Ward feels, if that's the opponent he wants to select, and if that's what makes sense for him, and if he feel like he can still do it, let's tune in, let's watch, let's see if he can still do it. But of course, you're not going to come out of retirement to get paid the lowest in a dangerous fight, in a heavyweight fight. That doesn't make no sense. Why are you going to do that to yourself, especially if you have a big name like Andre Ward? And that takes me back to Benavidez versus Canelo. If Canelo can make $100+ million and he knows he can beat David Benavidez, why not make that money and go shut David Benavidez up, as David Benavidez says? That's easy money. And as Anthony Joshua is saying, payday, payday, payday. You want payday? Of course. Who doesn't want, what fighter at that level doesn't want to get paid as much as they possibly can? Because again, boxing is the business. Now, I am picking Andre Ward to win this fight. As I'm going to go back, and like I said, Andre Ward is just as much calculated in that ring as he is outside the ring. People forget how great Andre Ward really was, especially the AJ fans. Two different eras. AJ is a much bigger star than Andre Ward was. That I'll give to you guys. The power, the physicality in that ring, AJ holds all that. But people forget, like I said, two different eras. AJ really has those younger fans, the mid-age fans, and some of the older fans. I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. But you have those younger cats, you guys have to go back and look how technical great Andre Ward was. He is one of the fighters that has mastered his fighting style. He's a technical fighter. He's a technician. He's not there to brawl you. He's there to pick you apart. He's there to outbox you. He's there to outclass you. You miss and you're going to pay. And people say, man, this is going to be a boring fight. No, it is not. Because Anthony Joshua, and everyone's complaining that Andre Ward, man, he's fighting at 200+ pounds. Why is Andre Ward going to put his body going down to 175 at his age. What is Andre Ward? 42. Why are you going to make a prime cut in your career when you can fight at your walk-around weight and get in shape, jumping up 2 weight classes? Now this fight is going to be a good fight. Reason why I say, because Andre Ward's style, like I said, he's a technician. He calculates every move in there. You miss, you pay, as I just went over. Now, this is going to be a good fight because Anthony Joshua is going to push that pace. Everything else, Andre Ward has a much expanded mind in that ring. He has more tools in his toolbox to take over that ring than Anthony Joshua is. He's a much put together package fighter. Andre Ward is over Anthony Joshua. And in my opinion, I've never thought Anthony Joshua had that killer instinct. He never was a killer as a fighter when it came to that ring. His career, to me, has always been stuck between good and great. Never elite. Andre Ward has been good, he's been great, and he has been elite. Anthony Joshua, I'll give him the size, the physicality. He can bully Andre Ward in that ring. He has the power over Andre Ward. They're both Olympians, but overall, he's a technician. Andre Ward is a technician. I think Anthony Joshua, his best bet is to go in there and bully Andre Ward due to his size. Get him out as early as he possibly can, push the pace, and use his power. But Andre Ward is way too smart for that. He's going to see right through that. He knows that's what Anthony Joshua is coming there to do. And yes, AJ is going to look good in the early rounds, but I think as the rounds start to go on, because I'm pretty positive this is going to be a 12-round fight, maybe a 10-round fight, but as the rounds start to go on, you're going to see Anthony Joshua start to fade, and you're going to see Andre Ward start to pick it up as his age. I know Anthony Joshua ain't no spring chicken, 35 years of age. He is headed towards the back end of his career, but he also does hold the youth. 35 to 42, that's a big difference. But who's smarter in that ring? Who's more technical in that ring? Andre Ward is. And like I said, AJ is going to try to look impressive. He's going to try to, I think, push the pace in the very, very early rounds, use that power, use his size. But I think AJ is going to start to slow down as the rounds go on, and you're going to see Andre Ward to pick it up and slowly pick him apart. Slowly start to use his accurate shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start to use his combination, then slowly take Andre Ward to deep waters. Now, I don't think Andre Ward absorbs a punch as good. I don't think Anthony Joshua absorbs a punch like Andre Ward has. Now, Anthony Joshua is not getting hit by a natural heavyweight. So if there's going to be a knockout from any side, I'm going to give it to Anthony Joshua, because we're talking about a 168 going up to 175 pounder in Andre Ward. But like I said, Andre Ward is going up in weight. I think he has good/great power. But if there's going to be a knockout on any side, I believe Anthony Joshua will get that knockout. But Anthony Joshua's chin has always been questionable throughout his career, and his recovery time, getting himself back together, hasn't been that great compared to Andre Ward. The tricks, the tips, and the skills that Andre Ward has, being a veteran fighter, being an experienced fighter, it's just Andre Ward has so much more tools in his tool bag than Anthony Joshua does. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Let me know if you guys think this fight is going to happen. And like I said, there's a reason why Andre Ward picked Anthony Joshua to fight. He's a huge superstar. He brings money to the table, especially at Wembley Stadium. What athlete who had a name like that, who still has a name like that, is going to fight for a low amount of money? No fighter is going to do that. I think that fight makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense for Anthony Joshua. And if Anthony Joshua feels like he can beat Andre Ward, no problem, make millions of dollars, why not go and do that? Easiest payday of your life. I think this fight should happen. I got Andre Ward outclassing, outskilling, outperforming Anthony Joshua in that ring. And like I said, I'm not hating on Anthony Joshua. I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. I'm just making my picks here. The size, the physicality, the strength, the power, all goes to Anthony Joshua. But I think it's only going to hold up for him so far until the skill set, the experience, the technician of Andre Ward, one of the fighters who have mastered his fighting style. And I think he's just going to simply outclass Anthony Joshua. Let me know what you guys think about this matchup. Let me know if you guys think this matchup makes sense. Like I said, I've seen so many different comments of Andre Ward's too old. He needs to stay retired. He needs the money. His podcast ain't doing too great. That's what you guys said about Floyd. He's broke. That's what you guys said about Manny Pacquiao. That's what you guys said about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Regardless of the opinions, the comments, whatever it is, we're all still going to tune in. So let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.